Alright folks, a guy needed a bearing puller to remove a carrier bearing on my drive shaft for the 77 square body. I found this on Amazon. It's a 14-piece kit and it comes with all the things you need. It's got two different size bearing splitters, comes with a thrust rod, and you've got these two inverted pullers, and then you've got these that actually thread in to that, and then you would take these and thread these into that and take this nut off and slide this threaded rod through the opening here, tighten it down. I'm going to leave a link in my description for this toolkit. It's super affordable. I think it was like 30 bucks on Amazon. So let's get to it. So once you get this cut off your bearing, take this off. I think you can actually just bend these tabs out and get this off, or get this plate off. But anyway, I just cut it because it was already crap. And I took my death wheel and I split that and pulled it off. And so then you just have your bearing. And this puller with a bearing separator works pretty good. One thing, this thread has a pointed tip on it, so you want to put something in between this and the shaft, because that will drive into your shaft and damage it. So I just put a piece of 1/4 inch scrap that I had laying around. But let's get this thing moving. And there's your carrier bearing. Super easy. It's got a bit of a drag to it. But anyway, so there it is. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is the original one from General Motors. So people don't typically change those. So anyway, there it is, all said and done. Alright, so we got the old bearing off, chucked it in the trash. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take the new bearing and we're going to slide it on here. Now, I just took some red and tacky grease from a fresh grease can, and I smeared a little around here just to kind of help ease this on. And instead of using a shop press, I'm going to use this. It's just a piece of plate welded to a 1.5" Schedule 40 pipe. It's 1.5" inside, and I'm using the factory edge because it's nice and smooth. So we got that. And we're going to use a classic. We're going to give it the old Nancy Kerrigan treatment and just tap it on. Shine a light in there real quick. She's getting there. Always keep a classic handy. And there you go. New bearings installed. There you go. Everything's all good. Now, what we can do is we're actually going to rebuild the old spray can. So, but if you got a local steel supplier, you can get this pipe for next to nothing. It's relatively cheap. It's going to cost you far less, at least for me, to go to my local steel supplier in Tacoma as opposed to going to Home Depot or Lowe's or a hardware store. But you could. Lowe's didn't have 1.5 inch inside diameter. The biggest they had was 1.25 inch. Home Depot can order it in for like next day or a couple days later, but it was going to be like $15, and I think I paid $8 for a 3-foot section of this. So check your local steel supplier and see if they got any drops or cutoffs. Same thing. And you can usually get it for pretty cheap. The place I go to for their cutoffs, they charge $1 a pound. So do with that info what you will. Anyway, that's how to remove and install the carrier bearing. Whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent is irrelevant, because I don't have professional shop tools, and this works. So this thing's going to be like brand new once we put it back in. And I'm going to leave a link in the description to the puller set that I got. Go ahead and check it out. It's super affordable, and it comes in handy. It's going to save you $300-400 as opposed to a shop, taking your drive shaft to a shop and having them do it, or taking the vehicle and having them do it. So just a nice little video on how to replace a carrier bearing and save yourself some money with some elbow grease and DIY ingenuity. This is the very first time I've ever pulled a drive shaft or done U-joints. So I think it went quite well. Thanks for watching.